the following show, Conversations with Edigga, does not reflect the views of Charm City Direct TV. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome to Conversations with Edigga, where insightful dialogues unfold. Join host Edigga as he dives into captivating discussions with music artists, entrepreneurs, and visionaries from around the world. Get ready to explore diverse perspectives, gain valuable insights, and be inspired. This is Conversations with Edigga.
Come on, yeah. All right, y'all.
Yes. Thank you. You know, I have been thinking about this phrase for a long time, and it kind of plays out. First of all, how y'all doing out there? I am Edigga, the host of Conversations with Edigga. Sorry. But I just had to. It's this phrase, and it came from a song. Now it plays out because of my special guest today and Saturday, Saturday, Saturday morning, Saturday morning cartoons. I'm gonna just put it out there like that. Now the phrase is a song from John Denver, and it says, "Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy." Now, what I was thinking about was sunshine, and I just screwed up John Denver's song. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yes. Okay. I know. All right. But I screwed up the song because it says sunshine on my shoulders make me happy. Okay. But I was thinking sunshine in my window makes me happy. Here's why. Because when I woke up as a child and I looked at the window and saw that the sun was shining, I knew that it was Saturday. Yeah. And the reason why Saturdays are so special to me is because of cartoons. Not because of the cartoon, but as a child, I learned in those cartoons. Remember? Conjunction function was your I can't sing. I can't sing. And and uh oh my gosh, it was adjectives and verbs, Sesame Street, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Yeah, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Help me out, people. It was a lot of cartoons that helped me learn. And this is stuff that we was getting in school, but to see it in a cartoon form, we can relate to it as a child. And it's kind of special today because of my special guest, Miss Megan Murphy. I'm sorry, Miss Megan Murphy, aka Aunt Nae Nae, is right here. Yes, she is here. I'm excited because what she do is so special. She has a show called the Aunt Nae Nae Show. Now, I'm a fan of jokes. I'm a fan of learning. And this is just a little joke for you right here.
of music do bunnies like best? Hip hop.
Oh, love it. I absolutely love it. Now, if y'all didn't laugh, y'all don't have a sensitive side. Y'all don't have a hilarious sense of humor like I do, but hey, I found it funny. Oh well. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring her on right now. I am joined by Miss Megan Murphy, aka Aunt Nae Nae, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. First and foremost, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you? Thanks
I am
for having me on your show.
I am delighted.
That
And
introduction was great.
thank you. Thank you. I this whole live or this whole show just reminded me of Saturdays for some reason because of
Mhm.
what you do. And I want to take this opportunity
Right.
right now to thank you for bringing that back, the learning aspect for children.
Mhm.
And I want to say thank you because we all see the news. We all hear what's going on in the world, and the most important thing right now is for learning for children, but not just learning. I mean, there's a way that children adapt to learning as I did as a child. Like it wasn't just the cartoon. I mean, I could watch the cartoon, laugh and joke but it was in between the cartoons that I learned.
Mhm.
So your show, the Aunt Nae Nae Show, which can be seen on YouTube, how did you come to that? What was preparing that show? How tell us tell us a little bit about the show and how you came to the the Aunt Nae Nae Show.
Well, I created my own YouTube show, the Aunt Nae Nae Show, last year in March of last year. And it was at a time when not much was happening with my acting career because I've been pursuing acting professionally for about 20 years now.
Okay.
I'm 39. But so and then my nephew was born and he's the one who made me Aunt Nae Nae in real life. I'm Aunt Nae Nae in real life. My nephew calls me Aunt Nae Nae because when he was a baby, he couldn't say Megan. So somebody was like, "Who is that?" And he was like, "Nae Nae." he said Nae Nae instead of May May for some reason, but it stuck.
Okay.
So he's 7 years old now, and so I thought, well, I want to make my own show. I could make my own show on YouTube because my acting career was going nowhere at the time. So I thought, why don't I just create my own content?
Mhm.
And so I used to be a summer camp counselor at Girl Scout camp
Okay.
for many years,
Okay.
and they sing a lot of silly camp songs. So I thought, why don't I just sing one of my Girl Scout camp songs and make a video of it and put it on YouTube and see what happens? And so I did that. And, it did modestly well at first. And I thought, well, this is fun. I'll keep doing it. Like I was just doing it for fun at first because I had nothing else, nothing better to do, I guess.
Right. Right.
um, so I kept on making those kind of videos. And the Aunt Nae Nae Show, it's not just songs. We have jokes, stories, and educational content, which I'll talk more about the educational part later. But it's for kids. It's for kids ages 8 years old and younger. Like 5 to 8 years old is the target audience, I guess you could say.
Okay.
But so anyway, my 20th video that I made got over 54,000 views on YouTube all of a sudden.
Wow.
I still don't know
Yes.
I still don't know how it happened or why, but I thought, well, that's when I thought that, well, maybe this Aunt Nae Nae show could actually be something. And so I started working with, I have two different producers that I'm working with now,
Okay.
and they're going to help make season 2 and season 3 even bigger and better than season 1. Because season 1 was just me by myself, and I had my mom or dad holding my iPad for the camera in the beginning.
Mhm.
And so you don't have to have a lot of fancy equipment to make your own TV show, by the way.
You do not. You
Anyway,
do not.
um, so one of my producers does the editing for me,
Okay.
and the other producer is helping me find guest stars to be on the Aunt Nae Nae show now.
Mm.
I just recorded a interview with a guest star today. His name is Taylor Wyatt, and he wrote a children's book. And so I did like a 5-minute interview with him, asking him questions about his children's book that he wrote. And so that's going to be one of the episodes coming up in the next couple of months. And we had another guest star who was a financial advisor.
Okay.
Her name is Latif Whitaker, and she's going to be teaching the kids basic facts about money management and basic facts about money.
Mm.
Like, what is a quarter? Well, a quarter is 25 cents. How many quarters does it take to buy a jetpack? You need a lot of quarters for that, I'm afraid. Well, how do I save my money? Blah, blah, blah. And
Right.
all kind of like that. So
Wow.
it's a really great episode. It turned out great. And anyway, yeah, it's gonna be really great. Next question.
Right. I the first of all, your nephew, he's 7 now.
Yeah.
Do he still call you Nene?
Yes, he does.
He just still call you. Okay. That is so cute. I love that. That is so cute.
Sometimes he calls me Megan by
Okay.
mistake, and it's a little disappointing. I'm like, I'm Aunt Nae Nae. I'm
I'm
not
special.
Megan to you.
Right. I'm special. I have a special name. Um before I brought you on, I was talking about Saturday mornings
Hmm.
that was so special to me as opposed to, people love Fridays.
I
My
was
special day, which I'm sorry.
I was gonna say it's funny that you said that because a new episode of Aunt Nae Nae actually premieres every Saturday morning, once a week on Saturday mornings. So I never thought that it was like a Saturday morning cartoon, but
Well, it
you
was
just said that, and then I was like,
right.
oh yeah, it is.
When I was growing up, I could not wait for Saturday morning. And it was for me, it was a stretch from 6 o'clock to about 12.
Mm-hmm. Me
And
too.
right, and it was all channels like channel 2, 11, 13, 45. I think no, 2, 11, 13. I don't think 45 had cartoons like that. But to wake up early, once I found out later that 6 o'clock they were playing cartoons, I
Mm-hmm.
tried to get up. I
Oh.
am not a morning person at all.
Mhm.
And during that time, I said, I need a reason to get up that early. So that was my reason for getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning to look at Saturday morning cartoons.
Mhm.
But the most important thing to me was, like I said, it wasn't the cartoon. It was the learning in between of the cartoons that, I was so like it was a oh my gosh, I can't remember Schoolhouse Rock.
Like
It was Schoolhouse Rock. And I
Junction, Junction,
yeah.
what's your
Oh
function?
gosh, like I was so fascinated with them, and it helped me learn. And when I went
Mhm.
to school, believe it or not, I was telling the teacher certain things that they wasn't teaching us, like
Mhm.
the bill. I'm just a bill, a
I
regular,
love that one.
right, and and that was like history and government, and I broke it
Mhm.
down because, it came on regularly and often, and I was writing it down, and I went to school and I said, "This is a bill," and because of that, I had to stand up in front of class and do the whole, report. But I was also telling kids, I said, "Hey, y'all could watch this on Saturday mornings during the cartoons," you know? The importance of bringing, uh, learning back to TV.
Mhm.
Talk about that for a minute. Your
Um,
thoughts.
mhm. Well, when I decided to make the Aunt Nae Nae Show,
Mhm.
I decided that I wanted it to be something wholesome and fulfilling.
Right,
Like, I wanted it to have substance,
right.
so I decided to make it partly educational. It's educational as well as entertaining. Like, some of the songs are just entertainment,
Mhm.
but we do have some educational episodes as well. Um, but I there's a lot of, like a lot of the stuff on TV for kids now, like, is just, like, not all of it, but a lot of it is, like, just mindless, empty junk food entertainment, and I wanted to create something that was healthy for kids' minds, something wholesome, something that their parents would feel comfortable about their kids watching.
Right.
And I just had an epiphany because you were mentioning the conjunction junction, those cartoons.
Yes.
My show is kind of like that because it's kind of like short little. My episodes are no more than 5 minutes in length. They're like 1 minute, 1 to 5 minutes in length. So I could, they could play my show in the commercials on the Saturday morning cartoons on TV.
Yes.
I just had that idea.
Yeah.
You gave me that idea. But anyway, so um, so yeah, a lot of the future episodes are gonna be more educational. We're gonna have one. I did one that was a little bit of a musical education where
Okay.
I taught a little short piano lesson
Okay.
for beginners. So
Yes,
that one was
and
called Aunt Nae Nae Teaches Piano.
I
That
saw that
was
one.
2 weeks ago, I think.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Mhm.
Awesome. I love that.
And
Love
there was
that.
another one early on in the show where there was this rabbit in my backyard,
Mhm.
and I started filming, and I told, like, basic facts about rabbits and mammals that I said, like, "Rabbits don't lay eggs, they're mammals," because
Mhm.
Easter they think Easter bunny rabbits lay
Right.
eggs.
Right. Right.
And I talked a little bit about everything I knew about rabbits for, like, a minute and a half, and that was like a David Attenborough style documentary about a rabbit.
Okay. Okay. Now,
But yeah.
let's talk about your education. Um, now, uh, let's clear up the myth. I think you really don't, because a lot of times when you hear about, you know, children learning and things of that nature, and for instance, like Mr. Rogers, Mr. Rogers was a Presbyterian minister. Um, Captain Kangaroo was, I forget what Captain Kangaroo was, but you don't necessarily have to hold any type of degree
Mhm.
in doing this type of work.
Well, I do have a degree in it.
Oh, okay. But
I
as
have a
far as like,
bachelor's degree in theater.
okay, as far as
Yes,
learning,
but I see what you mean. You're right.
right? So and a lot of people, it's like, well, when I was reading about Mr. Rogers, someone had said, how can he teach children learning and he's a minister or something like that?
Mhm.
And I said, well, it's the passion. I mean, it's the love for learning. And um like I didn't understand that. Like, you know, why would if you have a passion for it, if you see a need for it, why not? Why not
Mhm.
do it? Talk about that for a minute.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize that that's what you were I don't have a degree in education, and you're
Right,
right. But I've always had a love for learning. I was always a good student.
right.
I got mostly straight A's, some B's, and one C and one D in college one time, but I'm just joking. But it's true. But you
Right.
don't I always loved learning. I loved watching as a kid the Learning Channel and the Discovery Channel back when the Learning Channel was actually about like science and stuff like that. Now it's all reality shows. But anyway, I loved watching the History Channel,
Right,
but I wanted to create something like that but for kids.
right.
But the Aunt Nae Nae Show, like I said, not every single episode is educational.
Mhm.
It's because it's a variety show.
Right.
But if you watch it, you will get some educational content, and all of the content is wholesome. It's not it's you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's good for kids to watch, and
Family friendly. Kids can
yeah,
be
family
safe and
friendly.
watch it. Yeah.
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 And I wanted to someone just helped me figure out what is the mission statement of the Aunt Nae Nae Show, like
Right.
what is the purpose of the Aunt Nae Nae Show? And it's to inspire children to find their gifts and to find their talents
Mhm.
and inspire them to want to learn new things and to have a love for learning. And the bottom line is, I just want to make kids happy.
Mm.
That's the whole reason I started doing it because I love kids,
Mm.
like not in a creepy way, but you know what I mean?
No, no, I understand fully.
I've got a lot of experience working with kids and I love working with kids. And I had a lot of little cousins when I was that are younger than me when I was growing up. I took care of them when they were babies.
Hmm.
And I still take care of my nephew. He's 7.
Okay.
But the
That's
other ones are all grown up now.
that's awesome. I
But
love it.
I wanted to doing all of that, doing the Aunt Nae Nae Show and knowing that I'm doing something good for kids and helping kids makes me happy. So making them happy in turn is what fulfills me and gives me a reason for everything that I do, a reason for my life. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I
Totally.
finally found my purpose and I think this is it.
Right. That's awesome. I absolutely love it. We're going to take a quick break. Coming back more with Miss Megan Murphy. She is Aunt Nae Nae. She is the host of the Aunt Nae Nae Show right here on Conversations with Edigga. Don't go nowhere. Much more to come. Don't touch that dial.
Join me every Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the fastest 60 minutes on gospel radio today, which is entitled Gospel Vibrations, which is God's show. And I am your host, Melvin Jordan. This show is derived to uplift, inspire, and encourage through the inspirational sounds of gospel, and you will also receive an encouraging word along the way. It's Gospel Vibrations on WLEO 26.7 online radio every Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Have you heard?
No. What?
WLEO 26.7 online radio is airing grown folks music every Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Is Sam Smith still the host?
Sam Smith, baby. Yes, and he still talks too much.
Oh, I don't.
I remember listening to his show, and right in the middle of the song, he started to sing.
I am sure he messed the song up.
Y'all are a bunch of haters.
Okay. Can we get back to making the promo for WLEO 26.7 online radio?
No problem.
Don't forget to check out Grown Folks Music, heard every Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Heard on WLEO 26.7 online radio. And oh yeah, it's hosted by Sam.
Beep, we are out of time. I always wanted to say that.
Did you say his last name?
No one cares.
Y'all really are a bunch of haters. Wait until I talk to Mr. Harris about y'all. Sam Smith is the host of Grown Folks Music that can now be heard on WLEO 26.7 online radio.
And welcome back to the show. That's right, good people. Conversations with Edigga, WLEO 26.7 online radio, worldwide listening, entertainment online. That's right. Make sure you tune in. Go to Live 365 and search for WLEO 26.7 online radio, where you can enjoy shows like The Vibe Creator. She is the host of It's a Vibe, Midday Mix Show, and Sam Smith with Grown Folks Music. You just have a plethora of enjoyable shows. Is enjoyable a word? Yes, I think it is. Go there, check it out. Make sure you like, subscribe, tune in, everything. WLEO 26.7 online radio, worldwide listening, entertainment online. We're back with Conversations with Edigga. Yes. And I have the honor, I have the pleasure of chopping it up with Miss Megan Murphy. She is AKA Aunt Nae Nae. That's right. Yes. And if you just tuning in, we are talking about her show, the Aunt Nae Nae Show, her love for children, her love of learning, so much right now is on TV that children, in my own opinion, don't need to be watching, but they need to be tuned in to the Aunt Nae Nae Show, because it's so much learning, so much entertainment, so much laughter, and that's what we need right now. So, if you have access to the internet, if you can get on YouTube, where can people find the Aunt Nae Nae Show?
On my YouTube channel, the name of my YouTube channel is my name, Megan Claire Murphy, and the number 2. That's Megan Claire Murphy 2. And I'm also on Facebook. I usually post all the episodes on Facebook. The name of my page is Megan Claire Murphy on Facebook. Okay. I'm not on Instagram or any of the other ones yet. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
But I'm working on it. I plan to get on Instagram soon.
Okay.
I just haven't yet because I'm afraid I'm going to get addicted to Instagram like I am to Facebook already.
And it's crazy. I have an Instagram. I have 2. One for the radio side and one for Charm City Direct TV. But I'm not on there as much. Yeah, I'm not on there. I'm on Facebook heavy, but I'm not on Instagram that much, or TikTok for that matter. So.
Well, everybody's telling me I need to get on Instagram, so I might as well. I'll do it this year, I promise.
Yeah.
Before the end of the year.
Okay. What do you hope to accomplish with the Aunt Nae Nae Show? I think we talked about it briefly.
You mean like the practical?
Yes. Where do you want to see the Aunt Nae Nae Show?
Okay. Well, the big lifetime dream would be to have a popular show on PBS, like the Mr. Rogers Show, kind of like that show, or all those Sesame Street. What was the other one? Lamb Chops, Under the Umbrella Tree. I used to watch all those shows on PBS. Yes. And I want to be on PBS rather than like Cartoon Network or something, because I feel like the PBS shows are real. They got good quality children's entertainment there,
Right. Right.
and they have experience with it. Like they did the Mr. Rogers and Sesame Street, so they can help me with the Aunt Nae Nae Show. You
Mm.
know what I mean? But the 5-year plan is to get enough views on YouTube that I can become monetized. I haven't gotten there yet,
Okay.
but I want to be able to make for practical reasons, a modest living from the Aunt Nae Nae Show, because I don't have a day job right now. Doing the Aunt Nae Nae Show is a full-time job, even though I'm not getting paid for it yet.
Mm.
So, but I would like to be able to make a living doing it so that I can, move away from my hometown and move back to New York City.
Okay. Okay. Definitely going to make that happen. Definitely. I love your show. I subscribe to it, and I was watching the content, and I absolutely love it. It's incredible. I need to say it's
Well,
incredible,
thank
and
you.
I absolutely love it. So
Thank you
people,
so much.
make sure you go to YouTube and Megan Claire Murphy #2
Mhm.
subscribe. I need y'all to subscribe. Just don't look at it. Subscribe
Mhm.
and
I
check out the content because go ahead.
Even if you don't have kids or grandkids or know any kids that will like the Aunt Nae Nae Show,
Mhm.
there's still some more content on my YouTube channel that is not part of the Aunt Nae Nae Show. Like, I do the joke of the day and the outfit of the day, and
Yes.
sometimes I do the song of the day. That's not part of the Aunt Nae Nae Show. There's a specific playlist on my YouTube channel that is only Aunt Nae Nae Show.
Okay.
But
Okay.
the rest of it is, but all of the content on my YouTube channel, I try to keep it safe for kids, but
Right.
I'll just let that be up to the parents, where they think it's safe for their kids to watch.
Right.
But I
Right.
just wanted to say that.
So
So you
in
should subscribe anyway, was my point.
right. In preparation for the Aunt Nae Nae show, when you was putting it all together and pitching it to friends and family, were there any other than family, was there any obstacles? Were there any people telling you, I don't know if that's a good idea, or was there any
Mhm.
obstacles that forced you to have like a second thought and putting it together?
Not really, to be honest. I mean, I didn't really have to pitch the show to anybody in the beginning. I just
Okay.
started doing it. I didn't ask for permission or for anybody's blessing. I was just going to do it regardless of what anybody said. And so that's what I did. And I've been lucky, knock on wood, that it's been pretty smooth sailing ever since the beginning, which was March of last year. And one of my producers was my friend that I already knew, and so he was the first producer in the beginning. And then the other producer he was my publicist. You probably talked to him.
Mhm.
I'm not going to say his name, but
No.
he um he became a producer a couple months ago, and he's been helping me with the finding. His main job is to find guest stars
Mm.
to be on the Aunt Nae Nae Show.
Okay.
And I just found him through Facebook.
Mm.
Like, he came to me. I didn't have to reach out to any of these people on my team, which I was very fortunate that it happened that way. But it's been pretty good so far, and I hope it, knock on wood, keeps going that way.
That's what's up. I love it. I absolutely love it. So so with the Aunt Nae Nae show and the success that you're having with the show, is there anything that you would change or
Mm,
would have done different with the show?
I would have liked to do more educational episodes in season 1, and I'm going to do that in the future of the show. There's going to be much more educational content from here on out. So, yeah, that's what I want to do.
That's what's up. I absolutely love it. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Megan Murphy, aka Aunt Nae Nae. She's my special guest today on Conversations with Edigga. And I just want to say again, I am honored, one, to be in your presence and to talk about
Oh
this
gosh.
because of, my appreciation for one, children learning.
Mm.
Um,
Do
this
you have kids?
I have kids, but they're grown.
Oh,
My son is 22. 22, yeah, 22,
and you
and
don't have grandkids yet?
no
Oh,
grandkids,
okay. Well,
not right now.
all right.
And I just want to say, continue your great work.
Thank
Continue,
you. I will.
continue this because this is what we need. This is what children need right now.
It
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
it's when people like you say things like what you just said that gives me the motivation and the
Yes.
validation to keep going. So thank you so much for those kind words.
Oh, not a problem. Not a problem. You have a new fan. I am
Oh,
a fan now. I subscribe. I will be looking at your content. You will
mm,
be back on the show. Anytime that you want to come back on the show, you're more than happy. You're more than welcome to come back on the
yeah,
show.
sure. I'd be
And
happy to.
any shout outs you want to thank anybody before we go?
Um, Shout out to mom and dad and my brother and my sister-in-law and my nephew and Hugo and Kevin. Those are my producers. And all my family and friends, thank you for supporting me. I'm fortunate that I do have a great support system, so thank you to my mom and dad especially.
That's what's up. I absolutely love it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Megan Murphy, aka Aunt Nae Nae.
Mhm.
And
Oh, goodness.
I love the intro. I love the intro. Before you go, can you do the intro?
Um, you mean the
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I can do it.
Okay.
I'll do the intro and the thing that I say at the end of each episode
Great. Great.
real
Take it
quick.
away.
It's the Aunt Nae Nae Show. Hey, hey, kids! It's Aunt Nae Nae here. Remember, kids, you are kind, you are smart, you are important. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.
That's what's up. Everybody, it's Megan Murphy, aka Aunt Nae Nae. Yes. All right. Hey, everybody, stay tuned because I got some things I need to get off my chest about um people who the people that you impact in your life tells a lot about yourself. So we're going to go to a quick break and we're going to come back with more with conversations with Edigga. Don't go nowhere. Much more to come. People, make sure you are tuned in every Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on WLEO 26.7 online radio for the new show. It's a Vibe Midday Mix Show, hosted by The Vibe Creator. That's right, good people. Make sure you're locked in, you're tuned in to the new show. It's a Vibe Midday Mix Show, hosted by The Vibe Creator, only on WLEO 26.7 online radio. Welcome back to the show, everybody. If you just joining, I had the pleasure to have Aunt Nae Nae. That's right, Miss Megan Murphy live on the show. And she was talking. and she was talking about her show, the Aunt Nae Nae Show, which you can see on YouTube. And I'm gonna put up that address one more time. You could go there. Make sure you are tuned in. Make sure you subscribe. Even if you don't have kids, you can watch it. It is a great program. What can I say? This is what children needs right now. The one thing we pushed or we talked about was the opportunity for her to get on PBS, which I absolutely love. I love PBS. And the push for her to get on there because it's fitting. It is fitting. The one thing I wanted to talk about before I leave today is over the week or this past weekend, I had the unfortunate experience to uh, bury a friend of mine, a close friend of mine, um, and a close friend of mine's grandmother. I'm sorry, I was reading something. And the impact that she made towards people. And at the funeral, there were a lot of people who spoke on her behalf. And when I met my best friend, I mentioned him time and time again on, um, thank you, thank you. Um, from time to time again, I mentioned him on podcast or the show. His grandmother passed away, and when you met her, you wasn't you wasn't a stranger. You were a friend. You were a grandchild, as I was her grandson. And I met my best friend in high school, and we remained friends for over uh 30 some odd years. And every time when I was in her presence, I she introduced me as her grandson. And I I couldn't um I couldn't been happier more just to be uh called her grandson. And she never treated me any different, you know. It was always a genuine love. And at the funeral, a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people stood up and they spoke on her behalf. And everything that they said was because of who she was. I think her great granddaughter or granddaughter spoke and said that she wasn't feeling well. Um and she promised her that she was going to go to her graduation and prom. She was going to be there for her graduation and prom. But she said she said she wasn't feeling well, but she will do her best. And that was the sermon. That was the pretty much the eulogy, doing your best. And when a person says that, because I say it a lot, when you do your best, this is what you have. You do your very best. Um, and the impact that she had on people's lives, you know, she left a standing impression on people's lives. And it just gave me the spark to um talk about this today on the show. And I'm about to put her picture up um right quick. Miss Wilma Fulton, and this is my best friend, grandmother. On Friday, I believe, was the funeral. And when, like I said, when you was in her presence, one, she was truthful and she was honest. She was truthful and honest. Like no cut cards, no straight, no chaser. And the impression that she had on people's lives and the standing impact that she had on everyone, you know. And I just needed to say that. I just needed to say that before I close the show. And today it just helped me to understand, when people are here, on this earth, what kind of impact would you leave after you're gone? And Miss Wilma, she partied. She partied. She partied. Like she didn't let her age or anything get in her way to what she had to do or what she wanted to do. And you see that in her grandson. Because her grandson, if I had 1 ounce of energy that her grandson has right now, just be good. I'll be good, you know? And I was sad, but I wasn't sad, if that makes any sense. Because that I know that while she was here, she lived her life to the she lived her life to the fullest. She lived her life to how she wanted to live her life. There was no in her vocabulary. She partied, she went to church, she served on the deacon board, on the usher board. She was an usher, and she did what she wanted to do. And there was a lot of sad faces at the funeral. There was a lot there was a lot of sad faces at the funeral, but she uh she lived her life and she lived it well. Um but I said, she wouldn't want to see us crying. Didn't want to see us sad because while she was here, oh yeah, like, what you crying for? What you crying for, baby? What you crying for, sweetheart or sweetie? So I'm definitely going to miss her, but I know that she's in a good place. She's in a better place now. Um, and she did her job well while she was here on Earth. The impact that you leave will be a very lasting impact. And she left her mark. She definitely left her mark on every single person that she encountered in her lifetime. So I just wanted to say, Grandma, you'll be missed. I love you. And I absolutely thank you for treating me like your own. Every time she saw me, even when I got married, she told my best friend, she said, "Oh, I wouldn't miss that for the world." and she was there front and center. And believe it or not, she was the most important person that I wanted to be at my wedding. I wanted everybody to be there, but if Miss Wilman wasn't there, it wouldn't be the same. So I'm just happy that she experienced that before she left. And it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same seeing her out and about partying. And this was the first time, people, that I learned about a cabaret. I know what a cabaret was. I didn't know what a cabaret was. My godbrother, he's been here before. I tell him all the time, you've been here before. You've been here before. Some you was in a shell of some old person. You've been here before. But I get it now because of his grandmother introducing him to a lot of various things. And exposing him to a lot of different things. And I could never understand. I was like, Phil is old. He has an old soul. But I get it now. So you're up there now, grandma, you're smiling, you're partying, and you're looking down on us, proud. And you're up there with your daughter, you're up there with your siblings, and you're in a much better place, grandma. So I love you, grandma, and you'll be missed. Hey, that is the show. I want to say a special thank you again to my special guest, Miss Megan Murphy, aka Aunt Nae Nae. That's right. She was here. She was live. She was talking about the Aunt Nae Nae Show, which you can watch on YouTube. Make sure you go to YouTube and check out the Aunt Nae Nae Show. This is where you can find it. Megan Claire Murphy, the number 2. Go there, subscribe, and check out the content. Make sure you go there and support. This is much, much needed. This is much, much, much needed. Thank you. Thank you to everybody who has tuned in, everybody who's going to watch this afterwards. Thank you for your continued support. And if you would like to donate what you have or what you can, there's no minimum, there's no maximum. Donations are always appreciated. That is my Cash App. If you like to swing over some dollars, that is my Cash App, and it will greatly be appreciated and greatly to be distributed to future content on WLEO 2647 online radio and Charm City Direct TV. As I say, after the broadcast and all of that good stuff, I holler at you when I smile at you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. Continue to watch. Continue to support. Make sure you are stayed tuned to the Not Vanilla podcast, but with Roxana and my girl, my Roxana and Dominique. I almost forgot. Make sure you stay tuned for them. And if you're watching, if you're listening on WLEO 26.7 online radio, I appreciate you. Thank you for your continued support over there. And make sure you stay tuned to the Not Vanilla podcast with Roxana and Dominique right after this show in its entirety. And I holler at you when I smile at you.